There's no one there. Maybe some of you are gonna join. I never really plan my lives, and I think it's good this way. I do them when I have time and when the energy feels like so. And today I'm going to draw my self-portrait as I do every day, every morning. It's my ritual, it's my morning routine. Lately I have been wanting to try and get away from some of the habits that I've created pertaining to my self-portrait drawing, which is that I usually start with drawing my glasses. And I have been going through the motions because breaking a habit isn't that simple, and I wanted to show you a little bit, to show you anyone, no one's here, but maybe someone will watch it later, how it's been going when I've tried to not start with the glasses. Because lately my drawings were really quite good, if I may. My drawings were okay, and then I tried to break the habit of starting with the glasses, and it's been, my god, so hard to still get the proportions right. The first one that I did, and I had forgotten to put a blank sheet of paper in between the pages after I did it, and so it's kind of messy because it's done with pastels, is this one, and the proportions on this one are all kinds of wrong. Like, really, my face is all crumpled up, and I think I started with the jumper. I started with the bottom of the page, which is, I don't know, hilarious. The second one that I did was this one, and it's also very awful, and I think, did I do this one during a live? I think I may have done this one during a live on Instagram. On Instagram? Yes. A live on Instagram. And then I decided to take my glasses off while I did my self-portraits, and I did this one. And I think I may have started with the eyes or with the nose. I don't really remember. But this one is better. It's better. The proportions are... if I remember correctly, the proportions are not exactly what they were in the picture, but still way better. I see someone has joined. Hi, welcome. And then I took off my glasses again and did this one, which is better. I think I started again. Please say happy birthday, Malika. Happy birthday, Malika. Happy birthday. Have a nice birthday. I hope you are okay. Yeah, I did this one. I think I started with, I started with the hand and then the eye, and then I walked my way around to the rest of the face. And this one, the proportions are quite okay. Hi, Ina. Hi, Malika. Happy birthday again. Then I didn't have much time. Oh, I forgot to put the sheets of paper. I didn't have much time for doing the next one because I didn't hear my alarm in the morning, and I had 10 minutes before I had to go to work, but I managed to do this one in like 2-3 minutes. And I took off my glasses again because if you weren't here when I was saying it, I had been trying to not start with drawing my glasses because I had built the habit of drawing my glasses first. And yes, and then yesterday I did this one in which I started with my cat, and then I did my nose and then my mouth, and then I added the eyes, and then I added the glasses and the rest of the face, and I'm really quite happy with it. So let's go, let's get into it. I'm going to draw another self-portrait. Oh my god, it's funny because every day I do it, and every day I'm the teeniest bit nervous. And I've been using this sketchbook, which has got a Hello Vonnie sticker on it, and this is a Leuchtturm sketchbook. It's the 120 grams one, and if you've been following along, you might know that I kind of hate the paper. The paper is very smooth, almost like it's shiny. Almost shiny, and I don't like a hello whitey so I don't like a paper that is too smooth, So using pastels has been a nice way to kind of dirty up the paper and make it way less, you know, it's a little bit too uptight when the paper is too smooth. So I'm using pastels, some Neocolor 2s. This is the box that I originally bought, but I bought so many more since, and I have this mix match whoop, box of pastels. Some are Neocolor 2s, some are Manly, but all of the pastels in this box are wax pastels. Some of them are water soluble, but I never use them with water. I have this white Sennelier oil pastel. I use it for adding light when I'm done with the self-portrait. I add the finishing touches. And then I've got this huge box of a mix of wax pastels by Neocolor and Manly, and some oil pastels by Sennelier. Yeah. Oil pastels are way more creamy, and I realized that I don't have my iPad with me. Usually I will take a picture with my iPad and then I will draw. I'm gonna go grab my iPad real quick. Ah! Quick. And I will have my iPad with me, and then I will take a selfie. Let's go. And I usually try to pull a silly face when I take a selfie, and I'm repeating myself if you know me, but if you're not aware, I usually try to pull a silly face because it's easier to recognize the feature of my face when I pull a really silly face, because it looks less like a face and more like just lines and shapes. I don't know if it makes any sense, but to me it makes a lot of sense. So I'm gonna take a selfie. The uglier, the better. Let's see what face I can make. I've been drawing a lot of self-portraits from like underneath me, like from, maybe I can try to do another face, like maybe, I don't know. My God, awful. Absolutely awful. Maybe when I'm talking. Oh, this is a face that I never really do, that I had never really drawn. I usually don't draw my teeth because teeth are. Oh, bonjour. Salut Rose. Yeah, I don't usually draw my teeth because teeth are difficult. So this one promises to be, I don't know, difficult maybe? I'm gonna try and get a little bit of my sketchbook in shot. And I'm wearing a jumper and I'm stressing out a little bit, so I'm sweating. This is fun. I have to choose a color for underneath my drawing. Yesterday I used this moss green and I freaking love it. Is it a moss or an olive? Anyways, it's a whitish green, which is really beautiful. I kind of want to use it again. Is it cheating if I use the same green twice? I know it's not, but I'm gonna use another one, tiny bit different. See, not exactly the same color, but similar, just so that I change things up. And where should I begin? I think I could begin with my nose, because it's a little bit like I'm starting with the glasses, because if I'm starting with the nose, I'm getting this angle, right? That is part of where the glasses are touching. And yet, I'm not starting with the glasses, so I think I'll do that. And it's all very dirty. It's the way I like it. I like being very dirty. So with my drawing, I'll start with the nose. And the thing is that when I started with my glasses, I would stop looking at what I was doing, right? I had built this habit of starting with drawing a basic glasses shape. And then I realized that whenever I was drawing my glasses, I wasn't even looking at my picture. I was just looking at my paper, drawing glasses. So the shape of my nose isn't exactly like I wanted it to be, but I don't care. Honestly, at the end of the day, none of it matters, and that is why I love drawing self-portraits daily. It's the thing where I know I can mess it up, because at the end of the day, there's always the self-portrait that I'll do tomorrow, and I can always mess up today, and tomorrow maybe I'll do something better. So now I'm doing the eyes. And what I'm doing is that, yeah, I'm just putting down the proportions of my face, and if I mess this up, I know that my self-portrait will be very wonky. And do I care? I don't care that much. If you have questions, don't hesitate to like ask questions, or I'll be glad to answer them to the best of my abilities. I'm not an art teacher. I don't have a teaching degree. I don't feel like I have much to tell, to teach to anyone. But then again, sometimes I undermine myself a little bit. So who knows? Maybe you'll have a question and I'll know how to answer it. Maybe. I try to put down some lines on my face. I don't really know what I'm doing. Sometimes, tell me if you're the same. Sometimes I feel like, honestly, I don't know how to draw, and just sometimes I get lucky, and what I do ends up looking like ends up looking like a human face. But most of the time, I feel like I don't know how to draw at all. I've been feeling all my life like every time I do a drawing, it's just very lucky that it looks like something. I feel like it's magic. I feel like it's maybe not really me drawing, and maybe it's just an act of, I'm not gonna say God, because I don't really believe in a God, but maybe the drawing was already there, and I'm just showing it to the people. You know what I mean? It's already there, and I'm just carving it out of the paper. That's the way I like to think of my drawing. Okay, teeth done. Not that scary after all. The lines of the chin. And see, pulling a face is better, because the more lines you have on the face, the more you have a map. The more you have your face kind of mapped out. So honestly, when I do this, I feel like I'm cheating a little bit. I feel like I'm cheating and making it easier for myself to recognize where my face is. And at the end of the day, once again, if it's wonky and if it's ugly and if it's messed up, who cares, right? It's just a drawing. No one cares, and no one should care what this all ends up looking like. Is this where my eye should be? I feel like they are very close together. I don't know. I feel like, and see, that's why I love starting with the glasses, is because when I start with the glasses, it just establishes where my face starts and where it ends very much more obviously than when I don't start with the glasses. I'm stressing out with this eye. Should it be even closer? No, I don't think so. And now I want to add glasses just so I can know where I am on my face. I will do that. I will do just that. Okay. It's crazy, right? Just how lost I can be in my own face just because, oh my god, this eye is way too high. Okay, it's okay, it's okay. Just because I haven't started with my glasses, suddenly I don't know how to draw where I am in my own face. It's crazy. Okay, so my nose has had a little bit of surgery to it, but I don't mind. I don't mind. And then, glasses. It's crazy. It is crazy. My face is gonna look so weird. Okay. And now that I've put in the glasses, I feel like I can draw again. But can I? Can I though? I don't know, it's so weird. I'm gonna look like a Picasso. But it's okay. It's okay. I'll survive. We'll all survive this and it'll be just fine. I'm putting in my jumper. Okay. Okay. It's really not as bad as I thought it was. It's not as good as I hoped it would be though. But what is bad? What is good? Honestly. And yes, okay, this will be hair. All right. So weird. This is way weird. Now I'll put in some skin color, some of my own skin color, and I'm very pale. So the color that I use, what's it called again? I haven't done this. I haven't said what my colors are called, but to be fair, I have messed up with my, I've broken all of my nail color tools so much. Do you care what color it is? You understand what I mean? It's like we think it's by luck that something or a drawing comes put nicely. You're one of our artists. Oh, thank you. You have to learn to own that, or yeah. I have to own that I'm amazing. This one is called Olive Brown, the one that I used for the under layer, and my drawing looks like this. It looks a little bit bug-like. I look like I have bug eyes, but I kind of like it. And thank you, Rose. Yeah, sometimes I think it's by luck, and I think there's a fair amount of luck, but also it's just practice, I guess. It is practice. The pinkish color that I use for the underlayer, for my skin color, sorry, my skin tone, I think it's called, in French, it's called Rose des Sables. I don't know how to translate that in English. Is it a sand rose? Desert rose. A desert rose. That's the color, desert rose. Am I a desert rose? I don't know. But I'm just putting in the color of my skin. It's not exactly my skin color, but it's what looks like it the most. I guess it's what comes the closest to it, and also it's a color that I like, which at the end of the day is what we want, right? Something that we like. So I use the color Desert Rose for my skin color because I am pale, very pale. But yes, I think there is, to some extent, Rose, there is the question of, do I have faith in myself? Do I trust myself? Do I love myself? Do I see myself as I am also? Because it's not always a matter of like loving myself, and just a matter of seeing the skill that I have when I do have skill. And I guess I do have skill. Hi, Alice. Welcome to this very random live. But also there's kind of a question of maybe being a little bit spiritual, and sometimes it helps to see the artwork as not being my baby, and the artwork being a little bit more outside of me. Sometimes it helps just to put to take off a little bit of the pressure. I think I have the book right next to me. I think Elizabeth Gilbert talks about this in Big Magic. The fact that some people, when they talk about their artwork, they will say that, oh my God, I just gave birth to this artwork baby. And it puts just so much pressure on yourself to do art that is good, that is beautiful, and I don't know, it gives it. there's an emotion in that makes it difficult to let go of the art when needs be. And I like seeing myself as maybe not an artisan, but just as someone who draws, and the artwork is just what comes out of it, but it's not my baby. Do you know what I mean? It's not always of me. Sometimes it's just something that I see, and it's something that I do, and I don't know if it makes sense. I did a very rough coloring in, because if you know me, you know that I hate coloring in, and that's why I'm being very rough, and I like it. I like how it looks. I'm using a pink by Manly. It's a wax pastel by Manly, the pink, and it was part of a pastels box that I bought, and I don't know the name of this color, but it's a pinkish color, and I will use it to draw my glasses, and I will be very loose with the coloring in, because once again I was never one for coloring in, and yet I find this amusing. But when I was in kindergarten, I had a lot of trouble staying in the lines with coloring in and with the rest, and one might have thought that it made me a little bit dumb, but I choose to believe that it just makes me a creative. and I like it. So I do very thick layers of pink on my glasses and on my lips, and then I will add rougher, more lighter layers of pink in the areas of my face that are pink. And today, that is a lot of areas. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very red. I'm a very pale and pink person. Alice says, when I'm drawing day to day, I much prefer pen paint, etc. Permanent mediums that you can't go back and rub off. Oh my god, Alice, I relate to this a lot. I think it helps a lot to not be too precious of your art. I agree so much. I was raised by a mother who is an artist as well. She's an art teacher. Maybe that's why I refuse to be an art teacher, but that's another discussion. And she forbade me to use an eraser. That helps. Drawing with a pen, pencil, paint, etc., something that you cannot rub off, helps so much to gain confidence as well. And to have fun, just to have fun. At the end of the day, we do this to have fun, right? We're not gonna save the world. Oh, you're a stepdad with an art teacher. Fun. How did you... Can you draw my profile pic? Honestly, legend, I cannot see your profile picture from here. But maybe if you send it to me sometime, I can try to take a look at it. But I think I could, but from here and with the poor eyesight that I have, I cannot see it for shit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And yes, I'm gonna go ahead and add darks now. Oh no, I'm gonna add some shadows. I break. Do I break it? I will put some blue in the white of my eyes, because white eyes are never white. And it's a clear cobalt blue, a light cobalt blue. Did your mom get you to make examples, test out ideas for her classes on you? Yes and no. She always kind of acted like a teacher, and I would be interested in her classes, but she would mostly, every time I would show her a piece of art, she would grade it, kind of. Not really grade it. I will do the same with the teeth. She would just tell me, oh, you need to improve on this or that, and I just wanted her to tell me, your art is good. And she would never do that. She would just tell me, oh, you could improve on the shadow or on the, I don't know. And she was always being more like a teacher. And then also she refused for me to go to an art class, which made me so mad. Yeah, no pressure, just creating for fun and for the feeling it gives us. Yes! And can you see that the actually adding blue on the eyes and on the teeth, it helps them looking more, I don't know, maybe more real, less creepy white tooth, and more like the color that teeth are supposed to be. I'm gonna add some more shadows with another blue that I really love. I really love this blue, and I have used it so much. I don't know if I can find the bigger chunk of it where the name is. Oh yeah, it's called Sky Blue by Neocolor 2. You sympathize. Thank you, Alice. And did your stepdad try his classes on you then? I'm adding some shadows in the eyes, hoping that it gives a little bit more definition and maybe more lifelikeness. Maybe, and on the teeth as well. Oh, made it look a little bit creepy there. It's okay. Teeth are complicated because they can look very creepy very fast if you add too much detail on them. But who cares? Oh my god, I'm so silly. I like being a silly person. Adding some shadows. I think it's the first time that I'm adding the shadows before I'm adding all the browns that I'm gonna put in the hair, and the dark browns that I'm gonna put everywhere on the face and the eyes, etc., etc. So yay for shaking up my habits. Yay, and thank you for your understanding, Legend. I'm sorry I cannot do everything at the same time. And also I'm sorry my eyesight is poor. Adding some shadows. I will do the shadows better later. But this is a start. This is a first start where I just do them very roughly, very scribbly. I like being scribbly. Being scribbly is fun. Right? I draw. I'm more of a drawer than a painter. And are you amazed as I am at my capacity to just monologue for minutes on ends? But yeah, I'm more of a drawer than a painter because I really love the scribble, and I'm intimidated by painting more than I am by drawing. I love drawing. It's very easy to me, and I'm adding some sky blue in the sweatshirt because I want my sweatshirt to be sky blue. It's not exactly this blue, but it is a blue. If you're an artist, or maybe even if you're not, did your parents accept your art as like a true future job potential? I realized recently that my parents never stopped me from doing art per se, but they never really accepted that art would be a career for me, and I have had to reclaim that as an adult, and it's been hard. It's been really hard. I'm adding some mid-brown in the eyes because I want my eyes to have a little bit of depth, if possible. And it's not the right color, but I'm gonna add some where the scrunchie should be, just to have it a little bit spread out throughout my face. And then I'm gonna do my beauty marks with this brown as well, hoping that it'll be a reminder of the colors of my eyes and that it'll look nice. Okay, I wonder how accepting parents are of their children's wishes to be artists. It was the same here. You currently have an office job, Alice, and you do art on the side. It's tough finding the time. It is so tough, isn't it? I relate. Uh, do you wish to quit your office job at some point, or do you like having the stability and security of an office job? It's not easy finding the balance between having like a we call it in French, we call it un boulot alimentaire, which means that it's the job you do to eat that helps you to eat. It's not easy finding the balance between this and really the job you want to do for a passion. But a girl's gotta eat, and boy as well. We all gotta eat, so sometimes it's easier. I think what's more difficult for me is that it's not even an office job that I have. I work in healthcare slash I have social. My work is social work slash healthcare, and so it's very demanding, emotionally and physically. It's very demanding. Not to say that an office job is not demanding, but you know, it's just emotionally I'm very invested in the job that I do, and I wish I wasn't sometimes. Okay, I need to read what Alice has said. Your parents were encouraging but had no idea how it could be made into a career. Oh yeah. So it was a lot of figuring that out on your own. I'm sorry. You have a toddler! Congratulations! So you're a little bit stuck with needing stability, but one day, oh my god, your job is from home. Oh, nice. Nice. It must not be easy juggling with art plus a job plus a toddler. I'm very scared of that one day, like having a kid and then having to work and not having time or energy to draw. That would be very scary for me, I think. You're doing it all, Alice. Well done. A true hero. Wow. Okay, adding the darks. And honestly, I thought it would be way uglier than it is, so well done. Well done me. Just congratulating myself the way one should. Adding darks in the mouth. Okay. And adding dark in the hair. My darkest brown, isn't that dark. So sometimes I will add dark blue inside of it so that it becomes darker. Because I don't know if you knew, and then I'm gonna be an art teacher for 1 second, but when you mix a brown and a very dark blue, it makes kind of a black, and that's nice. It's very cute. He's starting to want to join in and draw with you. Oh my god, adorable. But mostly it's a lot of making art on lunch breaks and evenings. Your job is not demanding though. You don't know how I do it and still have time, the energy to create. The way that I do it is, I'm gonna be honest, my work is 5 minutes away from my home, so it helps. It helps a lot. I go home and also sometimes it is demanding, but sometimes I do odd hours in which the people that I have to take care of, they will be asleep, and when they're asleep, I will sometimes draw on the job. You haven't heard it from me, but yeah, that's true. And I do have very supportive, very supportive, not very demanding work colleagues that will let me draw when I want to draw on the job. That is very, very precious to me. I'm very lucky that way. I don't always see eye to eye with my colleagues at work, but I really appreciate that they never judge me for drawing on the job. I will never draw on the job when there is something to do, but when there is nothing to do, especially. I will add the dark blue now. When there is less to do, my cat wants to come in. When there is less to do on the job, they will let me draw, and I have to go open the door to my cat. That is always something that happens. Right? Right? Yeah. Oh, maybe it's gonna rain. Right? Okay. Meet my cat. She's very vocal. C'était bien dehors? I love her. With all my heart. Adding some dark blues, and now I have cat hair everywhere. Adding some dark blues, some places to darken the darkest darks. In the hair, in the eyebrows, in the mouth. Yay, meow, meow, meow. Tell me more. Oh. She loves talking so much, as do I. She's such a cutie pie. Yes, and I think then I'll add some oil pastel. Ugh, cat hair. I add some oil pastel to make the shadows, and I'm almost done with this one. Ruth? Ruth. I use this one, which is, I don't even know what it's called. It's a, I think it's like a pale ultramarine. I don't wanna say stupid things, but I think it's a pale ultramarine. And I will just put it on the page and then smear it. Okay, Ruth. Okay. She just walks on here like nobody's business. And just, yeah, thicken the shadows. And this color is also just so amazing. It will add brightness and shadows at the same time. It's really magical. And then I'll be done. Okay, it's just like butter. It's just so amazing. Okay, shadow here, shadow there. But yeah, I'm no superhero. I just have a lot of privileged. I have a cat. I don't have kids. So that's how I find. And also, one other thing that I should mention is that I have a very supportive partner who cooks for me. Always. So I don't have to think about the things like feeding myself, which is honestly very nice. Because if I had to cook as well, I think I would never find the time or energy to draw. So yes. And now it looks weird. Yay. I think I have to darken the eyes still, because the eyes are too clear. Okay. Darken the eyes. And then darken the glasses. Add some shadows in the glasses with some purple. Okay, and then some shadows on the lips as well, because I realize I haven't put any shadows on the lips. And then honestly, I'm gonna add some white in the eyes for the reflections, and then I'll be done. I'm done. I don't want to continue. Boop. And then I'll add the date. Today is the 23rd of July 2025. And I'm done. Cute cat, right? Isn't she the cutest? And that is my self-portrait for today. Honestly, not the worst I could have done. I've been drawing for 40 minutes. Oh my god, it took a lot of time. Okay, I blabbered a lot. So thank you for joining. Alice, it was very nice to meet you. Ruby, hi. I do a self-portrait every day. Yes, I have done a self-portrait every day for a year and a half, a year and maybe 2/3 of a year. I started on the 1st of January 2024 and I have been doing it ever since. Maybe I've stopped sometimes for like a week or so when I didn't have a sketchbook anymore. But yeah, mostly self-portraits every day. This is the one that I started, the sketchbook that I started in May. I started it in May, and yes, I plan to continue for a long time. As long as I'm not too bored with my face, I will continue. You struggle with drawing people. It might be a good thing to try. Yes, it might. Honestly, I would suggest, no, I have no suggestion to make to anyone, but if you want to improve, do it. It's a fun exercise, and you know, sometimes when you draw people... Ruth, my cat wants to go out. She wanted to come in and now she wants to go out. I'm gonna take you with me. If you want to get better at drawing faces, drawing your own face is good, because sometimes when you draw people and you draw faces, you're afraid of hurting the feelings of the people you're gonna draw, because you're gonna maybe do a bad job of capturing the likeness. You don't speak English, clown, sorry. What language do you speak? Est-ce que tu parles français? Yes, so if you're drawing yourself, at least you know that you're not gonna hurt your own feelings. I'm gonna show you the picture one last time that I took for reference. It's an ugly picture. Oui, tu parles français. Salut, clown. And yeah, do it. Draw your own face. You're gonna have fun, and it's gonna be ugly at first, but you're gonna have fun. It was very nice talking to you, Alice, and Rose as well, and Ruby, thank you for joining, and Legend, I'm sorry I couldn't see your profile picture, and White Soso as well, and Mooland, I don't know who Mooland is. Oh, it was Malika. Happy birthday, Malika, again. And Clown, merci d'être venu. Désolée, c'est la fin. J'ai fini de faire mon autoportrait, mais merci. Et regarde, j'ai fait mon autoportrait. Moi, rien comprendre. Ha ha ha. Je parlais de ma pratique de l'autoportrait et je disais à la fin que c'est bien, si tu n'arrives pas trop à dessiner des visages, c'est bien de t'entraîner à faire des autoportraits quotidiens, et qu'à force de s'entraîner en faisant des autoportraits quotidiens, tu vas forcément progresser. Et aussi que c'est bien de se dessiner soi-même quand on veut s'entraîner à dessiner des visages, parce que souvent quand on dessine les visages d'autres personnes, on a peur de les vexer. On a peur de les vexer si jamais on rate, si jamais on rate la ressemblance. Et du coup, quand on se dessine soi-même, bah, souvent on a moins la peur de se rater, et l'attente que ça se ressemble parfaitement, quoi. Si jamais on rate, il n'y a que nous qu'on vexe. Sorry for the little French interlude. I'm thinking of having a second channel in French. Clown, je pense peut-être faire une deuxième chaîne YouTube en français plus tard. Donc, garde ça en tête si jamais. Ce sera très certainement à mon nom. Love you, little art fam. I'm gonna go have my day because it's noon already. It's my day off and it's noon. So much time has gone by. Merci d'être venu. Thank you so much for joining. I will see you all another time. Love you. Ta-ta. Pip pip. Bisous bisous.